How you doing? This is Nelson George with another Follow the Sound. I am on 43rd Street between 6th Avenue and Times Square in the heart of New York City. And this building right here is listed as, so we can look at it, 106 West 43rd Street. Well, at 108, which must have been over here, where these trucks are parked, was once a place called the Diplomat Hotel. And the Diplomat Hotel, here's one, this is 110, so 108 was somewhere in the middle there. So, the Diplomat Hotel was like many places in the 70s and 80s, a once grand Times Square hotel that had really fallen on hard times. But and always in hard times is opportunity, especially in that New York. So there was a ballroom, and Kiss, the band Kiss used to play there. They were booked there, and many other rock bands were booked there in the early 70s. And then by the time of the late 70s, hip-hop or rap groups, really, they weren't hip-hop groups yet, began playing there. In fact, you could have gone to the Diplomat Hotel in 1977, 78, 79 in there, and seen Grandmaster Flash with Curtis Blow. A lot of people don't know this, but Curtis Blow and Flash teamed up quite a bit back then before he hooked up full time with the Furious Five. So right here, this truck, somewhere in there was the Diplomat Hotel. I remember going there and seeing one of Curtis's shows. In fact, I may be mistaken, but I believe it was a show here was then the Diplomat that the people who ended up producing Christmas Wrapping first really got convinced that Curtis could be a star. So was 108 West 43rd Street, and that's somewhere back here where this truck is. Now we're going to walk farther down the block. We're going to go past town halls across the street. So this is a very active street all the time. Town hall's been here forever, constant venue. So you had the Diplomat Hotel doing shows. You had the town hall, which was active. It's more of a folky jazz cabaret kind of venue. And then you went farther down the street. It was always very active because it was right off Times Square. So it was, like you see people here now, it's always been a street that's been very crowded. Going toward Times Square, going toward the end of the block, there was a Nathan's. But here at 124 West 43rd Street was a place called Xenon. It's now a theater, you can see. What's playing here right now? Play about Juliet. Romeo and Juliet was Juliet's, when Juliet's point of view was playing here. But back from 1978 to 84, this was Xenon. I think even the awning kind of goes back to that era. So Xenon was, in many ways, the real rival for Studio 54 in terms of glamour. It was a spot where fashionistas went. If you couldn't get into Studio 54 and you had some glamour, you got in here. Or if you got tired of 54 in studio, you could come here to Xenon. Jelly Bean Benitez is one of the many DJs who played here, but I also have a personal connection. I met the girlfriend I had from the end of college to my early years out of college, Ellen. I met here at Xenon probably in 1978 or 79. So this street here, 43rd Street, between 6th Avenue, Times Square, always an active street. You know, there's still a lot going on here. There's a oyster bar across the street. There's a bunch of other restaurants, town hall. But this 42nd Street, so just think about this. I'm going to end it with this. You could have come here in 80, 79, gone to Nathan's on the corner, went past the velvet rope here where the Glitterati were coming, and going right down the block and seeing Grandmaster Flash and Curtis Blow. That was how New York was back then. Nelson George, just Follow the Sound. A lot more to come.